webinar.
Yeah, people are adding.
Hello everyone. So glad that you're a part of this webinar today. I can see a lot of them pouring in. Hi Abhinav, hi Amit, hi Galib, hi Harshal, hi Hitesh, hi Jeet, hi
Hi.
Kalpana. There are so many, I'll go crazy saying the names, but hi to everyone. A very good afternoon. We will just hold on for a couple of minutes before we have others join in so that we can start the webinar. We have with us Deepesh, who you can see on the small screen. Hi Amit,
Hi.
good afternoon to you.
Hi, everyone.
Deepesh is from Auric Air and he has been, I'm really thankful to Deepesh. He could spare some time to come and educate us on a wonderful product, which is Auric Air. They offer flying safaris. It's something that is really worth understanding and worth remembering and offering to your clients. Hi, Sariputra. Hi, good afternoon to you too. By the time, until we start, guys, if you have any questions or if you want to say hello to Deepesh, please feel free. Hi, Manish. Manish from Travel Trails Ahmedabad. Hi to you. You can please feel free to put your messages in the chat folder in your chat column, and we are happy to receive it. Amit Jain says, excited to know. Let me just read out his message. He said, excited to know how different is it from a hot air balloon. Oh my God, Amit, you will be surprised. There's a lot of difference between hot air balloon and flying safaris, but yes, we'll wait for the man to explain about it. Sari Putra says that can we get a brochure? Yes, we will share all those things with you. And is it only a charter service? We will answer that. You'll have to hold your breath for that. We will share that with you shortly. Okay, I think we're going to start this any moment now. Just, yes, give us 2 more minutes before we get started. Fantastic. So, Dipesh, with your permission, I'm going to get started.
Fine, Nikita.
Great. So once again, very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to everyone who's present in today's webinar. I see a lot of them pouring in now. My name is Nikita Raptani and I have the pleasure to moderate today's knowledge session. This webinar, like I said, will be presented by Deepesh Gupta from Auric Air. Auric Air is from Tanzania and he will take us through a wonderful journey and he will educate us on a beautiful destination, which is Tanzania. And he will also enlighten us about the offerings of flying safaris. So I am pretty excited to learn about it. And I'm sure our attendees are equally curious. I could see all the chats in the chat column and the questions that are pouring in. So, Dipesh, once again, thank you for taking out the time to share all the information with us. And without much ado, I'll pass it on to you to share about flying safaris and what Auric Air has to offer. Over to you, Dipesh.
Thank you very much, Nikita. It's my privilege to get connected with our friends in India. As you all know, my name is Deepesh Gupta and I am from a beautiful country, Tanzania. We say Tanzania unforgettable. So I would say, I would start by saying hello to you. Good afternoon. Namaste to all our travel associates in India. Hello to you from Tanzania. Welcome to Auric Air webinar organized by TravelGyaan. Let me start with a small video giving you a glimpse of a wildlife in Tanzania. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. I'm sure you all have enjoyed a small clip and got excited and landed safely on your seats for my flight ahead. This webinar is organized to brief you why should you suggest clients to visit one of the most adventurous destinations in the world, Tanzania, and how Auric Air can make it more scenic, more comfortable, more convenient, enjoyable, and exciting by offering you a concept of the flying safaris. Yes, you heard it right. Flying safari is a great concept wherein you can hop from point A to point B, from one airstrip to another, and save time and energy for actual adventurous game drives. And also the aerial views of the landscapes of open, endless savanna plains in Serengeti are simply ecstatic, a luxury, and a lifetime memory. So I'm sure this the concept will appeal you and your clients. And so hereby we present you Tanzania and Auric. The question is, why should you suggest your clients to travel to Tanzania? I believe is to explore and admire five exclusive jewels not found anywhere else in the world. Like Great Migration in Serengeti, it is a great phenomena happening from July to October in Tanzania, where millions of wildebeest and zebras are crossing the river. They are crossing from Tanzania going to Kenya, and it is called a Great Migration, which is one of the wonders of the world. It is listed among the wonders of the world. So it is great to see this site. Also, Mount Kilimanjaro is there in Tanzania, and it's a very wonderful and exciting trekking to the summit. And if you see the picture, the snow-covered peak is exciting, and people really climb it, and it's a very easy climb and trekking. So you can come for this activity as well to Tanzania. Then we have in Tanzania Gorongoro crater and wildlife safari in the Gorongoro crater. Like crater, it has formed a bowl and there's a lake at the bottom, and where in all the animals they come for water early in the morning. It's a beautiful sight to behold, and the density of animals are quite good in this area. And I would say that you will be tired of seeing the animals. So animal sighting is fabulous in the Gorongoro crater, and the view is so scenic. You will definitely love this combination. We have also the white sand beaches in Zanzibar. I'm sure anybody who doesn't love water cannot resist himself or herself will be lured and will be forced to jump into the clean waters and the clean beaches that we have in Zanzibar. And also we have whale shark excursions in Mafia. It's a rare excursion wherein you can swim along with the whale sharks. I'm not exaggerating it. It really happens between October to February, and it's for real. As Nikita mentioned, and I also mentioned that we here today we are uh, proposing or marketing or advertising the concept of the flying safari concept. So I would give you a heads up or a virtual tour of a flying safari, how you can design your safari for your clients, which is called the flying safari. Now, flying safari is a concept where you take a flight from one place, go to an area in one of the parks in Serengeti, part of the park. Then you do the game drive on the ground. Then you catch the flight again, go to another point, another airstrip to have the game drive in another area of Serengeti. and then do the ground safari, and then again you hop on the plane, go to another one. This is how I have made a virtual tour, a virtual safari for you to make you understand. This is the circuit that we will be following in our virtual safari today. Like it starts from Kilimanjaro, coming to Arusha, then going to Tarangire National Park, then going to Serengeti, then coming back to Gorongoro Crater, Lake Manyara on your choice, and then back to Arusha's Kilimanjaro, or going to Zanzibar as per your requirement and as per your itinerary. When you arrive in Tanzania, we will be meeting you with our driver and guide, and we will teach you some basic Swahili words like Jambo means hello, Karibu means welcome, and Asante means thank you, because these are the three words you will be using them quite often. And there, after meet and greet, we will be taking you to a luxury hotel of your choice in Arusha for leisure and for overnight. These are the pictures of some hotels that we work with, and you will be having an excellent stay. So next day, the day one of the the safari, actually the flying safari starts. You will have an early breakfast in your hotel, and then you will be transferred to the airport, and you fly with Auric Air to Tarangire National Park with the packed lunch, and you will have the game drive till late afternoon. Thereafter, you will drive to your preferred lodge for leisure and overnight in Tarangire National Park. Then from there, you will be flying to Serengeti National Park, which is the world famous national park for wildlife. And you will be flying over the Gorongoro conservation area. So the flight would be scenic. And that is why I was saying that flying safari adds to the adventure and excitement to the whole safari. And it saves your time and energy. And you will be once you are in Serengeti, you will be having an adventurous game drive, exploring the central Serengeti, and then in the evening you will be coming to your lodge in Serengeti. These are some pictures of the lodge. Then on day three, you will be in the lodge itself, and at your own leisure, you will depart from the lodge with the packed lunch and drive to central Serengeti. And you will be spending the day in exploring the vast plains of Serengeti in search of the big five and below. And you will have the lunch at the picnic spot. Very exciting and very wonderful outing. And the lunch in the bush is an altogether different experience. And then in the evening, you will be coming back to your lodge. This is how the table is set up in the bush for your lunch. On the day four, you will be again starting for the game drive at your own leisure. And today, we will be shifting you to another lodge because it is important to experience different properties and the service of different properties. And that is why we give you the experience of more than one property in Serengeti. And then you can have the magnificent views of the lodge as the sun sets. Yeah, this is how the evenings look like. On the day five, you will have an early start. You will have a short game drive before you will go to Serengeti airstrip. Then you will be flying to Gorongoro, and that is where the importance of flying safari comes. That you do your game drives on the ground in a car, and then when you are going to another destination, you fly instead of driving for 4 5 hours 6 hours, you know. And then around Gorongoro conservation area, we will make you to visit Masai village, and also a short stop at the Gorongoro sunset point and viewpoint before you reach to your lodge for leisure and overnight. This is how the Maasais look in Tanzania. I'm sure You have seen quite a many pictures, and this is the viewpoint in Gorongoro. Next day, early in the morning, you will descend to Gorongoro crater. As I said, Gorongoro crater is like a bow. You will descend, go to the lake by watching the animals all around, and those packed meals will be provided to you, and you will have lunch at the designated picnic site. Very exciting. And later on in the afternoon, you will return to your lodge. Yeah, this is what small pictures are showing you what kind of safaris you can have in Gorongoro crater. The next day, which is the last day of your Serengeti safari, you after breakfast you will check out and you will be dropped at Manyara airstrip, which is closer to the Gorongoro crater, and then you will take the flight back to Arusha for your international flight back home or Kilimanjaro, or extend your safari to Zanzibar, which is again, as I mentioned, like must to do destination in Tanzania. Now, in these flying safaris, we have kept and we will keep in mind that we find a lodge near to the airstrip so that you don't waste time and energy in traveling far for your hotel. So that is the added advantage of flying safari, and we will design it, we will tailor make it as per your client's requirement. So it is very individual specific. And then the best part is someone has asked the question in the beginning, is it only on charters? No, it is not on charters only. You can also buy a seat on a scheduled flight and do this itinerary. But charters, if someone wants privacy, someone wants flexibility, and if your clients need social distancing from other people, then charter also is a great option, and we do that as well. Um, Now, as of now, whichever domestic flights Auric Air is doing, sanitization and cleanliness is our topmost priority. I'm sure everybody is having on top of his mind about how about the safety in Tanzania, in Africa, about the domestic flights. So I want to reassure you that Auric Air is taking all sorts of precautions and following COVID protocols nicely, and you will see in my next slides. Yeah, aircrafts are sanitized after every sector they fly. Temperature check is done. Hand sanitizer is used at the check-in desk and before boarding. Physical distancing is maintained at the time of boarding and deboarding. Information forms are made to fill by each passenger declaring their health conditions. A close eye on the visible symptom is kept by our check-in staff, and passenger education on precautions is done. As I said, few pics and videos in the next slides would support our statement. If you see on the left, the girl is doing the sanitization of the flight. Then hand sanitizers are given, and then temperature check. And I have a small video to show how these systems take place. You see, the sanitization is done by our ramp. The aircraft is clean. Yes. We sanitize every part of the aircraft and all the places where the human touch is possible. The temperature check is done. The form is being filled. You see, all our staff are wearing face masks, and we encourage our passengers to wear face masks, social distancing, you can see here. Passenger boarding one by one.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Shortly we should be departing to Mafia.
Again, the hand sanitizers are provided. Temperature check is done on arrivals. And these are the certain destinations that we fly to. I will touch upon it in my next slide. I'm sure by now you are convinced that your clients will be safe flying with Auric Air with respect to COVID-19. A little information about Auric Air. We started operating our flight since 2001. Today, Auric Air provides scheduled flights to over 30 destinations daily, flying from 3 hubs, Arusha, Dar es Salaam, and Mwanza, connecting all the popular national parks and beach destinations within Tanzania, as well as we connect Masai Mara in Kenya and gorillas in Uganda and Rwanda. Our network is very wide, and we have possible 835 plus connections daily. If you go through our price list, it runs into 14 pages. In addition to scheduled flights, we do on-demand private charters, as I mentioned, and we do airport and terminal transfers. Auric Air operate a fleet of 15 Cessna Grand Caravans, 208Bs and EXs. EX is a powerful machine, and Caravan is the best suited aircraft looking at the bush destinations that we do. These are 12-seater planes with having 2 pilot seats. And we have the youngest flight of Cessna Grand Caravans in East and Central Africa. And youngest talks about the quality of the fleet, because then you will have all modern avionics on board. Whatever is latest is there on our aircraft, adding to the safety and comfort of the passenger. And the average age of the aircraft is just 4 years. It is quite unheard of in the aviation business. 4 years is just nothing. This is the Auric Air route network. If I make it bigger, we have shown all the 3 hubs, and this is what the connections that I mentioned, 835 different connections. And you will find this map on our website, and I will also email you. Then we have this tourist circuit map, wherein you will see the dotted lines connecting Serengeti to Zanzibar, Pemba, then Zanzibar to Selu, then Selu to Ruaha. So this is a circuit map, tourist circuit map that we have, and this can be also seen on our website. Now, some of the major connections that we provide is, as I mentioned before, Serengeti to Zanzibar, which is popular, and which is the route I suggested. After finishing Ngorongoro, you can extend your trip to Zanzibar for relaxation on the white sands. Then Mafia is another beach destination in Tanzania where the whale sharks are found. So from Serengeti, after adventurous game drive, you can come to Mafia. Pemba is again a beautiful beach destination. We have an underwater room in one of the properties here. It is less frequented, less crowded, and more exclusive and more private kind of thing as compared to Zanzibar. But Zanzibar is having their own charm and more popular. And then Arusha, Zanzibar, if you are taking a break in Arusha, we can connect to Zanzibar. Zanzibar, Selu. Now, if you are coming to Dar es Salaam on Air Tanzania flight, we will still connect you to Gorongoro, Serengeti. So that option and that connection is possible with Auric Air. And as I mentioned that we connect with Kenya in Masai Mara in Kenya, and it is a very convenient flight. You don't have to go back to the busy airports like Kilimanjaro, Wilson. You can straight away fly from Serengeti via Kisumu and Musoma, and then we do the shared charters going to Masai Mara. Also, Kigali, we touch upon Rwanda for gorillas. You don't have to again come back to Nairobi or any other busier airport. It's a quick connection, and similarly goes with Entebbe because gorillas are found in Uganda and Rwanda. Um, Private charter flights are there for privacy, social distancing, and flexibility, and it is one of the important aspects of our business. And also, we do scenic flight. You can book scenic flight around Mount Kilimanjaro and over Serengeti. My next slide will show you how beautiful it looks when you are flying over Serengeti, and you will see wildebeest, herds of wildebeest on the ground from your aircraft. And this was filmed real.
Wow, guys. Absolutely special to fly over the Great Wildebeest Migration. Lots of zebra. You can see low flying here by Auric Air, and we are so far south that you can see the herds are fairly spread out. So much rain during the course of the last.
You can see the animals, wildebeest.
4 months, so there are plenty of options, both grazing and water-wise, and that's absolutely special to fly over the Great Migration. Serengeti Plains. Wow, this is absolutely stunning.
Isn't it looking beautiful from midair? Yeah, and this is what you get out of flying safaris. We care for passengers' comfort. It is very important aspect of our business that passengers are comfortable, and that is why we have built lounge, VIP lounge in Dar es Salaam, VIP lounge in Zanzibar, and lounge at Arusha Airport is coming up soon. We acquired and built up a new facility in Arusha, and we are bringing up a very good lounge, VIP lounge in Arusha Airport as well. So you, if there is a long waiting for the connection and all, passengers can be made comfortable here. We have a Wi-Fi connection, air conditioning, and also the tea, coffee vending machine and water. So they will be comfortable here. You can book Auric Air flights online, and we have efficient online reservation system provided by AeroCRS, and it is very simple, menu driven, and within 5 minutes you can learn how to book the tickets. You can be proud to say to your clients that you are booking award-winning airline, Auric Air. We are proud winners consecutive 4 times since 2016, 17, 18, 19, and we have been nominated for 2020 as well. And I'm sure with your good wishes, we might add up the 5th logo in my next presentation after November. Actually, the results are going to be out in November. So we need your good wishes. To summarize, so far what I have submitted for your kind attention, why should you choose Auric Air for your clients? You must be wondering why I made the stars different color. These are the colors I picked up from Tanzanian flag. So that is why it is relevant here to show you colors of Tanzania. So I've listed five-star reasons why should you choose Auric Care for your clients. First of all, safety is in our culture. It is not our work. It is in our culture. It is in our world. It's in our blood, actually. So we lay a lot of emphasis on safety. Auric Care, as I mentioned, having a youngest fleet of 15 aircraft. Auric Care planes are well equipped with all modern avionics. Our fares are very competitive, and if you are dealing with the DMC, you can be rest assured that Auric Care proposals and Auric Care quotations are very competitive. And if you ask your DMC to quote for Auric Care, you will find the difference. And we are a very friendly airline, very flexible, reliable, accessible, and quick response airline. So you will enjoy working with Auric Air or booking your clients with Auric Air. Our communication level is so up to the mark. If you need more details, visit our website www.auricare.com. These are the opening page templates that I've shown you. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much. You keep well and stay safe. Nikita, now we can go
Yes.
for Q&A.
Yes, thank you so much, Dipesh, or should I say Asante, which is thank you.
Yeah, Karibu. Karibu is welcome.
Perfect, perfect. I would request the audience to put all the questions in the Q&A icon, which is shown on the left-hand side. I see a lot of questions coming in on chat. Of course, we have a lot of questions pouring in, and we'll take that one by one. But it'll be difficult to, shuffle and toggle between chat and Q&A. So I'd request some very relevant questions were seen in the chat option. Please, if you could also mention that in the Q&A so I could take it up. And before we get started, and before I forget, Dipesh, from my end and from TravelGyaan, we wish you all the very best for the fifth logo. I'm sure
Thank
you will
you.
win the award because we have heard such good reviews about Auric Air. Being in this field of travel, we do come to know about all the things that Auric Air does, and it's wonderful. So, all the very best to
That's
you.
great to know.
And great.
Now,
Now,
thank
let's
you very much for your wishes.
Yes, perfect. Uh, do let us know and do send an email to everyone once the fifth logo is there. We are all waiting and all hoping for that. I'll
Sure,
start with the
sure.
first question now. This is by Sariputra, and he says, "Is there any?" Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I will take it from the top. My first question to you, Dipesh, is from Nimesh Amlani.
Uh-huh.
It's a very relevant question. Would luggage be transferred along with on the airplane, or are there any weight restrictions?
I should have mentioned, I'm sorry about it. Oricare is giving the most baggage allowance in the circuit. Other operators are giving 15 kilos, but with Oricare, you can get 20 kilos. 5 kilos extra on all Oricare scheduled flights. Also, if you see that you have excess baggage beyond 20 kilos per person, you can book excess baggage slabs with us, pre-book it, so that you will not have any disappointments while checking in and while traveling in Tanzania. So we have a slabs of 10 kilos each at $60. So you don't have to buy an extra seat or that. For that matter, you can just book a 10 kilo slab at $60 each.
Great, fantastic. 20 kilos in itself is a very good deal.
Right.
And yeah, it's fantastic. And is
Yeah,
there
and
any
we suggest people to travel light, enjoy the wild. You don't need much clothing in the bush.
Exactly, exactly. In all my travels, I've taken the most fanciest of clothes, and what happens at the end of it, I we just wear our track pants and a tee, and we just get
Yeah,
started because we need to be comfortable when it comes to doing our safaris. So
right. You need to
that's
be relaxed. Yeah, and
exactly.
also the temperature in Tanzania is not that cold. Yeah, a light jacket in the night is required, but otherwise the days are very hot.
Yes,
So you will not require to take any woolens along with you.
fantastic, fantastic. There is one question which is a very commonly asked question. It's all about the meals. So Nilesh has asked what options are there for meals, especially for packed lunches. But I'll extend a bit and I'll also ask about Indian food because that's something which is a question I'm sure it's frequently asked in all the webinars. So I'll take the liberty.
Uh, All right. Every type of meal is available. Even the Jain food is available. It's only what we want when agents and partners are booking their clients. They can just relay their dietary requirements, veg, non-veg, or Jain, and all. Everything will be arranged on request. There are lodges which serve Indian food as well, so that should not be a problem. Food is not a problem because Indian tourist segment is quite big for Tanzania, and a lot of properties are owned by Asians as well. So food is not at all a problem. Even in Zanzibar, we have authentic Indian restaurants, and even in the bush and on the beaches, you will find a different kind of foods, and veg food is commonly available, and also Indian food is not a problem.
Absolutely. I completely agree to that. I've never had any problem with food when I've been traveling to East Africa. So I
Right.
guess, the agents and your clients would never have any issues on the food part of it.
Absolutely.
And one question from Amit Jain, he says, are all the seats are they are all the seats window seats?
Well, not all the seats are window seats. In the 12, the configuration of 12 passengers, 8 are window seats and only 4 are the aisle seats. But if somebody is booking a flying safari with us, we will give them a special window seats. That is our commitment.
Fantastic.
That is
Uh,
an additional feature of the flying safari.
Excellent, excellent. And the view is to die for. I have personally not been, but I have been on a hot air balloon, and the view is so amazing. I can only imagine what would it be in a flying safari when we are onto it. So,
All right. You see, hot balloon safari is also a very exciting product, but that is more sort of a localized product where you can't go a distance with a hot air balloon. When you are flying from Tarangire to Seronera or from Seronera to Gorongoro, you will be able to see different landscapes because it is not localized. Also, our planes are flying at altitude at about 8,000 to 10,000 feet, which is not very high, and you will be able to see the ground quite clearly. And it all depends upon the distance. Like for example, from Maniara to Arusha, the altitude will not be that much because it is just a 20-minute flight. We will be flying at about 6,000, 5,000 altitude high from the ground. So that is not a problem, and you can have a similar kind of view from the plane.
great. One question that I'd like you to touch upon is about agent commission. When they're booking with Auric Air, do they get any commissions here?
Well, I'm glad that you raised this question. You see, our business is booked by two means. One is the direct booking, and one is the partners in India would use the local DMC. But yes, I can assure that they will be getting some sort of a commission. How much I may not be able to quantify as of now because I'm not sure about the arrangement that they have with their local DMC. But if they have a business model where they are booking the flights directly with us, so it can range around 10%. And also, I want to give an offer in this webinar to all the partners in India. even if they are booking through the DMC, and if they are making sure, if they are convinced by my presentation that Auric Air is good for their clients, and if they are suggesting their DMC that I want flights only by Auric Air, I can issue a promo code to them and we can attach some commission towards it. So their arrangement with the DMC is not disturbed. We are not offending the DMC, and at the same time, we are giving some loyalty bonus or commission to our friends in India who are asking the DMC to book Auric.
That's a great thing. That's a win-win for everyone, and everyone benefits out of it, especially
Yes,
in
I
these
think
times.
so. I
Yes,
think
yes,
so. Yeah.
absolutely.
And I want to see the results on this proposal.
Yes, yes. The other thing is, there's one more question by Vinay. He says, how much time would you approximately save, would a PAX approximately save if they opt for Auric Air instead of land transfers?
Well, I would give you one example from Gorongoro. If you like from Serengeti National Park, if you are driving to Serengeti, it might take, or from Seronera, if you go back to Gorongoro, it might take about 5 hours, around 5 hours. But with the flight, it is almost 40 minutes.
Wow. So just point A to point B, you're saving almost 4.5 hours.
Yes,
And you're,
absolutely.
yes,
I would say that you are saving 75% of the
travel time.
time.
Fantastic.
And apart from the time, Nikita, I want to tell all our friends who have joined here that energy also is important and the comfort is also important. You are doing the game drives on the ground, but if you are saving time and energy in traveling from point A to point B, then why not save energy for activities in the bush?
Yes, yes, absolutely. Because of course it is something where you require a lot of patience, and there's a lot of, I mean, like you rightly said, there is a lot of energy that is required, and if you save on it, nothing like it. I mean, this is a
Yeah.
fantastic opportunity.
Yes,
Uh,
because you are doing the game drive for good 7, 8 hours
right.
next day, early
Yes.
in the morning, coming back. Yeah.
Correct, correct. Dipesh, I'd just like to also ask you, what is the cost difference in terms of if a person opts for land transfer or if they opt for Auric Air? Of course, this is luxury. This is something which a evolved client would require, the one who understands the value of the product. But just for the audience information, what is the cost difference that one should expect?
It will be approximate figure, I would say, but all depends upon the routing and the places that you are visiting. Of course, it will be little more expensive, but it's difficult for me to quantify the price difference because it all depends upon the itinerary. But here, the virtual itinerary and the safari that I've told you, so it will be about $700, $800 extra for
Wow,
the flight.
that's not a big deal for someone who's saving out on so many hours
Yeah,
and gets a
yeah,
time to rejoice and enjoy the game drives
right.
more.
Yes, yes, it's
Fantastic.
worth, it's value for money actually.
Exactly. Do you serve food in flight? Do you serve meals in flight?
Well, we are not serving any meal because our planes are small and we don't have in-flight catering. And the distances are so short. These flights, the bigger flight is from Arusha to Zanzibar, which is 1 hour 40 minutes. So we give juice and water on the charter flights and a packet of cashew nuts. On the scheduled flight, we are giving good quality biscuits and water.
Great, great. That brings us to the next question by Kaushal Bua. It's a very specific question. What's the schedule you have for Serengeti to Rwanda or Uganda?
Okay, we have one flight in the morning. We fly daily one flight. So it leaves Serengeti at about 9 o'clock, depending upon where you are in Serengeti. And then it comes to Mwanza, which is about an hour flight. And then you do customs and immigration in Mwanza, and then it's about an hour flight to Kigali.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Uh,
so it's about 2.5 hours, maximum 3 hours.
okay. Point noted. There is one question. I'm not sure, Dipesh, if it's relevant and if it's something that I should ask, but I'll still go ahead and ask. Kushnur wants to know, please clarify if quarantine is required on arrival and departure. That's a very specific question to current times, but would you have any idea about it?
All right. So Tanzania has issued an advisory, and that is numbered 5. So according to that advisory, a COVID certificate, negative certificate, is not required by Tanzania. No quarantine is required. It's only the regulation of the airline or the departing country. Like if India has that condition, then you have to follow. But as far as Tanzania is concerned, no COVID negative certificate or quarantine is required. If you don't show any specific symptom, you are good and you are free to roam anywhere in Tanzania.
That's such a good news. That's very
Yeah.
positive for this time. Yeah, yeah. So another question by Vinay is: do you have any? Do you only have air safaris or flying packages, or entire package including accommodation and land safaris?
Yeah, we have the package. We can arrange for the complete package, including flights, accommodation, and the ground safari. And also, if you want to arrange yourself the package, we can give you only the flights. So, as I mentioned, Auric Air is very flexible, and we have different kind of products. Only flights, and also the flying safari package, and also the ground package. If you want, we can arrange for it.
Great. That's good to hear. There is one question which is relevant to this one. It's by Saurabh Agarwal. He says, "Do you have agent registration? Like if they, I believe this is he's asking that this agent registration is on your website, and how much is the commission for the agent? So you've touched upon the commission part of it, but do you have any agent registration? Is what he wants to know.
Yeah, I would like to inquire from Mr. Agarwal if he is using any DMC for now. If he wants to register with Auricare directly, that is possible. We will need some details. I would prompt my email ID, or you have my email ID. Maybe you can circulate to all the participants. They should write an email to us that they are interested to get the login credentials to our website, and we will work around that.
Great. We will be sharing the recorded webinar also. There are many who want the link for the recorded webinar. So after this webinar gets over, in a short period after this, we will be sending across a WeTransfer link. You can download and have a look at it. And Vinay Kumar, we will take the last question for today. Vinay Kumar wants to know how strenuous are these itineraries? Is there a lot of walking or vehicles that you take at all places? So I want you to reiterate on what you've said, that it's a more easy itinerary, but we would wait to hear from the horse's mouth.
Well, not a lot of walking is required. Even if you have elderly parents or elderly clients, it's perfectly fine because you will be flying. Then, as soon as you land at the airstrip, the vehicle is ready. You just walk few meters and you are into the vehicle. Then you are at the lodge, and all the game drives are sitting in the car. It's like that we are in the cage and the animals are walking free. So it is a zoo kind of a thing in the reverse, where the onlookers are in the vehicle and the animals are walking free. The only thing is, if you want to take a walk-in safari, then that's a different product altogether. And yes, in that the walking will be required. Otherwise, in the virtual safari that I showed you, not much walking is required.
Fantastic. One
What is
last
it?
question that's from me. I want
Yeah.
to know about the scheduled flights. What are the, I mean, is it every day or is it at a particular time? So I'd like to ask that.
The scheduled flights, Nikita, are daily, and some of the routes we are having two flights in a day.
Oh, great. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah. Uh,
So
so
that's a
we
good
have a very
information.
comprehensive coverage of our network. So you choose a route, and we will have it.
Oh, fantastic. That sounds good. Great.
No, thank you.
So, thank you, Dipesh. Thank you for patiently answering all the questions. And
My pleasure.
if there are any more questions, we will take it offline. Please feel free to write to Dipesh. We will be sharing his email ID with you shortly in an email, a follow up email. Yes, like I said, we will also be sharing the recorded webinar. So you can also check the webinar on Facebook. That's the TravelGyaan page. It is TravelGyaan 1. That's our Facebook link. And we have Manmeet Singh saying Asante to Dipesh. So, and Asante from TravelGyaan as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manmeet. Thank you so much for your time and attending this webinar.
Perfect. Thank you, audience. You've been lovely. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Nikita. Thanks a lot for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thank you.